Good morning. All right, well, whoa, little echo. Just got out of the elevator, heading to the car park. Gonna hop in, and we are off to PortAventura today. It's, wait, what day is today? Today's Friday. Yes, so the plan is, gonna head over there, short day, so we're gonna go to Ferrari Land first, and PortAventura tomorrow. Ferrari Land has shorter hours. Hopefully it's less crowded on a Friday, and we'll see. And get that park good and visited, and hit up Adventureland tomorrow. So it's not too far, maybe half-hour drive, and I will show you guys what it's like when I get there. Well, this here is my rental car, a Renault of some kind. Well, let's see, what is it? It's a Capture. Oop, there we go. Capture. The very strange thing about it is it's constantly beeping, but there's no indication why. There's no lights, there's a little display, it doesn't offer any information, and it's not that I can't read it. It's cars in Spanish, the nav is in English, but there's nothing. It just beeps randomly, and I honestly have no idea why. I don't think it's the tire warning, because that's been on since the beginning, and it didn't beep when I turned it on the first time. When I paid for parking, it came up with a rather obnoxious one. So, I don't know, I hope I'm not, driving around with, sandpaper in the fuel tank or something like that, or sandpaper, sawdust, or whatever. So, I don't know, it's a little strange. I was joking earlier, well, not really joking. It's saying everything bad in the world can be traced back to the French. And this is just another interesting example. So, well, there's Ferrari Land. That's where we're going. That was easy, just made it through bag check, although I wouldn't really call it a bag check for me. It was more of a look at you and wave you past check. Alright, well, that was pretty easy. Just scan the pass right at the gate and head right in. So today has to be all day here, and then I think tomorrow I can go back and forth between the parks. And I should get a picture of that. Alright everyone, after everything that's happened, it's good there's a tiny little happy ending. So, here's the deal. I parked, head over to the ticket booth. I went right in, told you guys that. Thought, it's time to get something to eat. So I went to the restaurant, and I was looking at the menu, and I finally decided something small. Of course, you know me, I hadn't actually decided, but I was going to have to force myself to make a choice. And then I reach in to pay, and they're all missing. All my cards and everything gone. Although I had the cash. Really, this is strange. So of course I check all my pockets, trying to stay calm. Gotta be somewhere. Check every pocket, nothing. I have my tickets, I have the keys, I have the guidebook, I have my phone, thankfully. So I start thinking, well, what could have happened? And I was thinking, well, okay, best case scenario, after I paid for parking, I put it on the seat, and I just forgot to pick them up. It's possible. So I rush out to the car, hoping, that they're there, thinking, oh my God, how is this going to play out? Because I thought I had brought both cards, and I did, which means I don't have one to show at the ship, and it would be fine. This is not an unrecoverable situation. My license was in there, but I don't actually need it to board the ship or anything. My passport's back at the hotel. So I run out to the car, get my hand stamped and everything, walk up to the car, I put everything away, I say a prayer, I look on the seat and there's nothing there. I'm thinking, oh my God. So I start looking around, where could they be? And wait a minute, that looks a little bit out of place. And what do I spy? But I'm good to go. So I'm gonna head back to Ferrari Land. Got my little hand brand, although that does look kind of gross. Get some to eat, probably a few drinks, and hit some attractions. Oh boy. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Oh, and a bird shit on me last night. That was fun. Alright, beginning of the day, and here's the current wait times for the park. I don't know whether that means 0 or undefined or maybe even infinite. Well, we're gonna get in line for Red Force and see how long it really takes. Well, here's Red Force. After being in line for about 15 minutes, it went offline. So I jumped out, see what else is going on. It's lunchtime anyway, so gotta find something to eat. But I guess we'll be back. I think they said about 20 minutes, but you never know. 20 minutes usually turns into a little bit longer. So try a couple other attractions, get some lunch, and we'll be back. And they're only running one tower, maybe because maintenance is over there working on the other one. I don't remember seeing both operating, but right now they're down to one with a pretty long line. So we're gonna try the little racetrack, which looks like it's running. They don't post the wait times at each attraction here, so it's kind of hard to tell. And okay, well, there goes another tech with some materials. We'll be back. We still have all day, like 5 more hours and 3 main attractions. I think we'll be able to fit it all in. Oh, might be tough at this rate though. See you later. Alright, I see the problem with the Maranello Grand Race. Alright, they're running empties, so that's a good sign. Hopefully it'll be back all afternoon. Anyway, the Grand Race. One of the tracks over there is down also. Maintenance is out there working on one of the cars. Looks like they're getting ready to manually pull it off the track. We'll give them a few minutes. Go in and check out the Ferrari experience. Maybe that's all we'll get to do today at this rate. Well, I finally found a working board. The other two I saw weren't running. So Red Force is still out of service. Racing Legends, don't know what that is. The Thrill Tower, only running one, that's an hour. Grand Race, an hour. And then Flying Dreams, not sure what that is yet. That's already 30 minutes. For a park with almost no one here, this is pretty long. And they're definitely due to some maintenance issues. I don't know. So this is pretty nice. They have express ordering kiosks, you know, like you'll find at McDonald's, which I actually used for the first time last night. So I came over here and was able to order myself without much fuss the sausage and fries from the kids menu. Sometimes they don't like that when you do it, but hey, I mean, it's already ordered and paid. What are they gonna say? So I guess looks like this is where you're gonna pick it up. So let me see how long it takes them to get it ready. If you're not aware, Europeans have this thing about mayonnaise with their fries, and ketchup too. They sort of mix them together. Well, here they actually have Hellmann's brand ketchup to go with the mayonnaise. So that's pretty interesting. So, of course, you know, here I am. I'm gonna give it a try, see how it is. Oh, by the way, this is what I ordered. The kids sausage and fries, and it comes with water. There's a choice of drinks, and a yogurt for dessert. So this is actually perfect. Going to enjoy it. Well, I just got off Flying Dreams right here. It's pretty much a Soarin' knockoff. The seating vehicle is the same, except this one doesn't lift you up. It just sort of extends out into the theater, but it's the big IMAX screen and everything. What's strange about this one, though, is there's like 4 pre-shows. So yeah, they just move you from one room to the next, to the next, to the next, finally boarding. It's a rather complicated boarding process. The attendant actually checks everything herself. You know, they don't ask anyone to do it. And even adults have to put the seatbelt through the little loop. So I didn't do that, of course, and I had to undo it and redo it. So It was pretty good. Now in this one though, seating, I think I'm gonna have a different suggestion. So at the Disney parks, B1 is usually called out to be the best one. Here I'm gonna say B2, and that's because of the different way the vehicles, I guess, are laid out. They're stacked almost vertically. They don't extend over each other like they do in the Disney parks. I think B2 here would have been better. I actually got B1 without asking for it. I didn't know what it was, so I didn't know to ask for it. And it was good. You know, the clock tower at Westminster, or not Westminster, at the House of Parliament also has a little bend, so that's their Eiffel Tower, but it was pretty good. Except for the very long, complicated process to get on it. At the time, it was the only one that appeared to be operating at full capacity, but looks like the big shot is back in business, so I'm gonna head over there and see what the wait time is. Oh, wait a minute, I'm just gonna look right now. Actually, I'm gonna go over to the Maranello Grand Race, which is showing 20 minutes. Red Force is still down. So I guess this is time I make the obligatory joke that the ride is about just as reliable as your average Ferrari. So I'm gonna wait it out, see if it comes back. Definitely gonna try and get it in. If not, they got these things all over the world, and I'll definitely be able to hit the one up at Six Flags next year. So, well, off to the racers. Well, today here at Ferrari Land, Express is 20 euros. I don't know if that's the price year-round or whether it's just because of the season. The park is not very busy at all, so I think that's a pretty fair price. If I had known, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. At this point, though, there's really only 2 attractions open, so I'm not going to bother. However, I will definitely be getting it tomorrow over at PortAventura. It's a much larger park, and I only have 1 day to get it in. So definitely Express tomorrow. Here, probably not too worth it. All right, let's go check out the Maranello Grand Racers. Well, this is the entirety of the line for Maranello Grand Race. Well, maybe not, but it's still pretty good. And here's my fine Italian vehicle. Today we will call her Jennifer. These are, oh boy, tight. And interesting thing about them is they are electric. And if I can find the seatbelt, oh boy, there we go. Yeah, this is super complicated. So, I have to set you guys down there for a second while I get this sorted out. Whatever. Okay. It's not like I'm gonna go flying out. These things look like they do about 3 miles an hour. And all set. Okay. And here we go. Yeah. Well, we're still in the pits, and I'm guessing that's why we're moving at such a leisurely pace. I don't know, maybe she'll speed up once we hit the open road. The track, you know, of course, has a little guideway, and I know what everyone's thinking. It's just like Autopia, pretty much. So, yeah, I'm sure. There we go. Ah, this is much better. Okay, this is actually really nice. Having the electric motor, it's quiet. It's more comfortable. It doesn't reek of exhaust fumes and all the things that we have. But that kind of makes it not very classic. But riding this now, I can tell you for sure this is coming to the Disney parks. Autopia and the Grand Prix, they're great rides, always fun. It's just, you know, being gas powered still is so anachronistic that it's for sure. Now, when is the thing? It apparently is not going to happen at Walt Disney World with Tron. We can hope, you know, maybe they'll surprise us. You know, this isn't very complicated technology. Oh, and the car actually you know what? It actually drives itself pretty well. I didn't slam on the curb. It just sort of gently entered the turn without me steering. So I'm on autopilot right now. I just got my foot on the accelerator, letting the car take care of itself, and it's pretty nice. Now, I think Disney could do this much better with a trackless experience. So where the cars actually race. And oh, got a traffic jam. Oh boy. Yep. Even in theme park racing rides, there's still traffic. Oh boy. Well, the brakes work. That's good. Alrighty, come on. There we go. Now this course only has 2 lanes. It looks like one was set up for general, the other is set up for express. Although at this point, I only waited not even 10 minutes, I think. Now you see, I just went through an S turn and there was no pounding. Now it looks like if you're actually steering, you can get it to slam, but all right, let's try easing up on the brakes. There we go, that's much better. Now a nice gentle stop. Well, traffic again. Well, as for the weather today, it turns out to be really nice. I guess it's in the 60s, which when I looked at the forecast, I thought it's going to be freezing. So that's why I wore, you know, this getup. I think tomorrow it's going to be a couple degrees cooler, but it's not that bad. So maybe I will switch to shorts and a t-shirt with maybe a light jacket or something like that. And I think we just have an auto stop. Not for the ride, but the car slowed down. The 2 cars ahead of me, they were able to slam into each other. So I don't know if that was an automatic feature. It just sort of stopped. Are we coming to the end? Let's see. Well, yeah, I think around this corner we're about to end. So this was about maybe a 2 or 3 minute ride. And up, backed up again. Oh, let's see. All right. Well, I did learn how to use the brakes, but gotta learn how to use them better, I guess. Okay, there. That was a little bit of a slam. And the steering wheel does move itself. Well, so I can do it again. Yeah. Okay. Now we're approaching the unloading zone. Okay. And yep, a traffic jam to exit the ride. You know, this is like, it's like the times when you have to wait to pay. That's so silly. Although here, oh, by the way, you know, I showed you the machine and the receipt. It only took them about a minute to get the food ready. No questions about the kids' meal. Didn't really expect any. And as that, it was actually really good. So if you're looking to not eat a whole lot, definitely stick with the kids menu, which I'll probably start doing at well, Disney World now too, because I'd rather eat more things. Okay, yeah, there is definitely a speed limiter going on here. Oh boy, come on. All right, we're about to get off. Okay, now we're up. I think we're under control of the Master Control program. Let's see. Come on. Oh, there we go. Just a little bit more, maybe 1 or 2 feet. Okay. Well, that's my cue. Oh, boy. All right, de nada. All right, thank you, Jennifer, for a wonderful ride. So we're gonna head out now, go check the wait time on the little chute thingy. I think it was 20 minutes. Maybe knock that out. I think they were loading both sides. There's really no one in the queue anymore, so hopefully that'll be like this. And then hope for the big one to come back online. So far I haven't seen it run, even with empties, in over an hour. That is not a good sign. All right, well, off to the next one. Let's go. Well, it looks like they're set up to take ride photos on Maranello Grand Race, but none of them are active. Not to purchase, and there's nothing up on the screens. So I don't know if this is new or it's just not working today. That's kind of disappointing. I might have gotten it. Okay, it's time for Thrill Towers. Well, I don't know if you could see that, but they have a fairly extensive array of controls on the steering wheel, and they have a replica right over here. Let's go look at it. So this here is a replica of the steering controls in the racer over there. And here is a description of all the things it can do. Now, I see this and I'm wondering if this is commercially available for, you know, these guys that just have Ferraris or even street cars. I mean, I wonder why we don't have things like this on the market already. Although, you know, I say that and I realize we probably do. One big consideration though would be the airbags. There ain't no airbag in there, but hey, this is really kind of cool. I would get one. Airbag? Nah. Who needs that? Now we have a bunch of panels about Ferrari history. Whoa, I missed that one. The 50s, the 60s and 70s, 80s and 90s, 2000 to 2010. Strange they changed how the years are expressed. And 2010 to OG, which I'm gonna presume means now, present, here, today. And they got some pretty cool overhead artwork made up of all different kinds of Ferrari models. Oh boy. There's more and still more. Wonder what it would take to get this in your house. Of course, I guess you could just build all the models yourself and make it. Alright, here we are in the Racing Dreams simulator, and I want to show you. These are probably the most substantial 3D glasses I've ever gotten on an attraction. These things are huge. Look at that. Ay. Oh well. And here's what they look like on. I also now note that they're heavy too. Wow. So yeah, won't be driving with these too much anymore. Okay, this is the inside of this simulation. And yeah, definitely reminds me of Back to the Future. Wow, I missed that one. Alright, I know why they call that one Racing Dreams. Because the little vehicles, they don't have a whole lot of range of motion. So they pretty much gently rocked me to sleep. Yes. So let's just call this one the Muppet Vision of Ferrari Land. If you ever need to take a nap, this is probably the best place to do it. Except it was really hot in there, which probably contributed to it. Alright, well let's go see if the big one's back. Well, I think this is just a smidge optimistic, don't you? I haven't heard Red Force run in a while, so I don't think, oh, whoa, there we go. And, oh, there's people on board. Alright, let's go. And I do apologize, it's called Racing Legends. not Racing Dreams. I kind of assumed it was Racing Dreams because that's what I was doing. Alright, it's definitely back online. The line is a lot shorter, so I guess it was a good thing it was down earlier. Still gonna take the single rider queue once I get up there. Oh, that's another strange thing. I'll show you that in a second. Ooh, there it goes.
Uno en el 2 con el Mbappé. Yo con el 4, ¿vale? Yo con el Mbappé. Vale. Según yo, que me ha petado el corazón y me ha marcado. Esto lo ha hecho, no lo ha
Well, that's Red Force. Finally got on, still running, and that was pretty awesome. First time I'd been on this style ride, so I'm looking forward to doing the others. So I'm definitely gonna go again. I checked the line, it's even shorter than when I got in. Oh, there she goes. I heard this girl talking about rollbacks in the line. So they know about it here too on this thing, and that's like the most coveted thing apparently for real enthusiasts is to be on a rollback. So, well, I guess I'll have one more chance. Probably not gonna happen, but hey, you know, one can dream. So I'm gonna check out some of the rides here in this little park. Yeah, basically the kiddie rides, no carousel, but they're still fun. Well, now I'm a little bit disappointed because they do have one table service restaurant here, and I was gonna have dinner there, but I just went and checked to see what time they stopped serving because I do want to get one more ride on Red Force, and they've already stopped. So I'm gonna go ride the Junior Red Force now, and maybe one or two of these little rides. I want to get on there before it closes. Park closes at 5 today, and after that I think I can go over to PortAventura. They're open until 7, so even if it's just to do some shopping or whatnot, get a head start for tomorrow, because tomorrow's PortAventura day and I'm gonna get express, try to get it all in. Hopefully the rides will be a little bit more reliable than they were here today, and gonna look forward to that. I think it's gonna be super fun. So, all right, roller coasters. I just rode Red Force again. It was really great. Got the back row this time, which I don't know, I kind of prefer. The front row, you have to wear these like goggles and stuff, which is understandable but weird. So yeah, I'll probably pass on that. And now I'm going to just check out the gift shop and head over to PortAventura. It's getting around dinner time, so gotta find something to eat. Maybe do an attraction or two over there. That part closes at 7. Then head back and get rested up for tomorrow. Tomorrow, long day over at PortAventura. So, all right, shopping, then dinner. So let's go see what kind of merchandise they have. Hi. Hi. Well, I'm just going to comment that this park doesn't really have a whole lot of merchandise. This is the only real store they have. It's all Ferrari stuff, but there aren't even any little kiosks around the park. So if you want your Ferrari Land merchandise, this is your one-stop pit stop, I guess. And of course, they have the usual t-shirts and other little tchotchkes, notebook, mugs, stuff for the kids, a little bear, and backpacks, which actually remind me of the MCP for some strange reason. Got some mugs, cups. So if you are interested in building the ceiling art that they had in the museum, they do have a bunch of cars you can use, and these up here are models. You know, assemble them yourself. Oh, there you go. And of course, smaller ones all ready to go. Some back to school supplies, a backpack, a pencil case, a string bag, and this is a magnet pen. That's interesting. An assortment of Ferrari branded watches. Wow. 295, 200 euros. Oh boy. Well, I know it's kind of past fashion, but I kind of like this. A long t-shirt, but at 75 euros, I think I'll pass. So here are the more reasonably priced watches. 79, 69 euros. But that one there, it's 245. Wow. You know what? Now I have some proof. I'm going to see how much these are on the ship and whether it's actually any cheaper. And a whole wall of Ferrari caps. These come in at, oh, not that one. There you go. About 40 euros a piece. And finally, all of the shoes. And a few other random things. So I'm going to say goodbye to Ferrari Land here at PortAventura in Spain. I can't say I won't be back. There's probably a few more cruises I'm going to want to take out of Barcelona. So thank you guys too. Now I'm going to head over to PortAventura for a couple hours, grab some dinner, maybe take in a couple of attractions, and get a head start on tomorrow.